Good morning, traders. Today is January 29th, 2024. My SPY pivot this morning, 488.14. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY, Diamond Dow, FNGU, and IWM closed the day above the bullish 3/8 trap and above the 17 EMA trend indicator. SPY and Diamond Dow printed new all-time highs. QQQ closed bullish but inside the bullish trap. Gold remains bullish but has closed the day again. Well, no, this is the first time. Below the 3/8 trap and below the 17 EMA trend indicator and below the downtrend line, but still remaining bullish because it hasn't broke that prior low. Silver remains bearish, closing between the trap and the trend indicator, but below the daily downtrend line. USO closed above the bullish trap and above the 17 EMA and currently in an uptrend. It was in a downtrend for probably a couple months. Now it's in an uptrend. UNG closed the day below the bearish trap, below the 17 EMA, still trying to hang on to their uptrend. US dollar index maintains its daily downtrend, closing again under the flat 200 after spiking it consistently for a few days. It's currently in a bull flag. Let's go take a look at some charts. Good morning, Chip, Ricardo, Marley. All right, let's take a look at SPY. Okay, so here's SPY. And you can see yesterday we printed new all-time highs up here for SPY, closing over the 3/8 trap. Nice close. Bullish trade currently in a bull flag, looking for probably a breakout. I think they got their eyes set on 500. We'll see what happens. So there's Diamond Dow. And the other one is, no, that's SPY. This is Diamond Dow. So here's Diamond Dow closing over the trap, over the trend indicator, and printing new all-time highs on Friday. FNGU closing above the trap, pulling back, but closing above the trap, over the trend indicator, still in an uptrend. IWM closing above the trap, over the trend indicator, and still in an uptrend there. QQQ could not hang on to closing over the trap, but I mean, they just printed new all-time highs about 2 or 3 days ago, back on, well, this would be Friday, back on Wednesday. So you can see QQQ closing inside the trap, kind of testing that little shelf of support right through there. And but over the trend indicator, still bullish, QQQ. So tech still remains bullish. Does appear to be fading. We'll see what happens. We do have some big guys reporting this week. Let's take a look at USO. USO now in uptrend status after breaking that high right there. So now we have a new high. So now we've got higher lows and a higher high. So USO in an uptrend, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator, and starting a new uptrend. UNG trying to hang on to the uptrend by staying above this low that we have over here on December 18th. And we've been pulling back. And you can see right here we closed the day under the trap, under the trend indicator, just trying to hang on to that uptrend that they started earlier in the month for UNG. So still in an uptrend, but wow, what a pullback. It's kind of a violent pullback there. So let's take a look at silver and gold, precious metals. Precious metals, silver still in a downtrend, but closing between the trap and the trend indicator, but underneath the downtrend line. Gold still consolidating here in this bull flag, closed below the trap, below the trend indicator, and below this downtrend line. So currently in a bull flag pullback right there. Usually these pullbacks that wind up fading back like this, wind up moving off into a direction that goes this way. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's take a look at our technicals for Friday. So here we are with the technicals for Friday. T2122 stayed in the buy zone for most of the day. Was up in the overbought, spent some time up there, and then chopped around in the buy zone. So T2123 started out green, ended green. Nice work for T2123. The 3-bar now got some space between trend indicator and price action. On the 3-bar, T2123, FNGU, a little red-green, and then they kind of faded the rest of the day underneath VWAP right there for FNGU. Now let's take a look at, let's take a look at our, this is what I wanted, the dollar. All right, so here's the US dollar index. Here's our flat 200. We've been closing multiple days underneath the flat 200. You can see now that the price action is now rising up over, possibly going to penetrate through this flat 200 and close up here. We'll see. That would not be good for the markets. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. It's a light. For the economic calendar for today, not much is happening. For tomorrow, Case-Shiller Price Home Index about 9 o'clock. FHFA House Price Index 9 o'clock. Consumer Confidence at 10. Jolts at 10. Wednesday, what do we got Wednesday? Unemployment. Treasury is going to try to refund. And Employment Cost Index. Chicago PMI at 9:45, petroleum status at 10:30, FOMC announcement, so that's our main event. All right, so Wednesday is the main event, 2 p.m. We're going to have an FOMC announcement, and that's probably regarding CPI and GDP. And then at 2:30, they're going to come on and speak. Thursday, what do we got? More jobless claims, PMI manufacturing, ISM manufacturing, construction spending, another gas report. And Friday we have another employment situation, consumer sentiment, and factory orders. So the main event this week is FOMC at 2 p.m. That'll be at the last day of the month. We'll see how that winds up and how they want to close out the month of January. So there's that, and we'll take a look at some earnings. And for earnings calendar. All right, so for earnings today, the 29th, we've got two of them that can't find a P&L. Nucor Steel, they're going to report this evening. Supermicro Computer, they're on a tear, by the way. They're going to report. But you get to both of them. One's $43 billion, the other one's $25 billion. Nothing really notable today. Tomorrow's the big day. All right, we got a main event Wednesday and Tuesday. Microsoft's going to report $3 trillion after the close. Google, Alphabet, both of them going to report after the close. Advanced Micro Devices, a third of $1 trillion there. They're going to report after the close. Daenerys, Pfizer, and UPS going to report before the market opens. Right there. So, but the main event's going to be tomorrow. And I think even though Pfizer's going to report and Daenerys going to report and UPS is going to report, I think all eyes are going to be on AMD, Alphabet, or Google, and Microsoft. For Wednesday, for earnings, we have MasterCard and drug company Novo Nordisk is going to report, and Novartis, another drug manufacturer, $227 billion. MasterCard's $411 billion. Novo Nordisk is $483 billion. Wow, I didn't realize they were that much. Thermo Fisher Scientific, $200 billion. And Qualcomm's going to report after the close. So that's it for the market wrap-up, the morning market analysis. I will take questions and I will render this video.